Hey MJ traders and investors, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Hands down the best MJ community as well. Today is Sunday. It's November 26th. Hope you're having a great long weekend for those celebrating US Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving. Super grateful for each and every one of you. Love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart who've supported me along this journey. We're going to get started with today's video, and that's going to be another edition of Rapid Fire News Updates for the period November 18th to the 24th. And it was a short week, so there wasn't as much to go through. But if you're not familiar with these new format videos, essentially it's not to go into deep dive detail. It's just in 10 to 15 minutes, try to go over a high level overview in case it's something that you might have missed, and then you can dive into it more on your own time. But let me know in the comments what you think of this new format. Always love hearing from you. Before we get to that though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or whenever I go live. Also, make sure to remember that nothing in this video is financial advice. This is for entertainment and informational purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I write or anything that I say. Also, make sure to give us a follow on X, which is formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Also, as a reminder, I didn't get to do this yesterday. I had a super busy day yesterday. I got derailed with a bunch of stuff that came up that I didn't expect to have to do, but I'll do this later on today where I'll give a free hat giveaway as part of the Black Friday deals. So all you have to do is just go to the YouTube channel, go over to videos, so scroll down, click on the free hat video, and then just place a comment in there. And currently there's 16 comments. Really love the comments too. Appreciate your effort. Look forward to your insights. Hats off to this initiative. Let's go, pal. Thank you for all the videos. Loving my hoodie. We'll send a pic soon. Thanks, Alicia. So yeah, I'll go through this. I'll do a live stream and I'll announce the winner a little bit later on. Also, you can go to powmerch.ca and you can, like I say, go to accessories, hats, and then you can pick any of that hat and I'll give you a coupon code which will make it free. But until November 27th, you can also get 10% off your order by using code POWBLACK. So once again, thank you very much. It's a way to support the channel and I really do appreciate it. All right, moving into the news. So New York governor signs MJ tax cut bills providing local 280E relief for NYC businesses. And this comes after we know that we could potentially see rescheduling as early as next year. The DEA could come back with a response from HHS's recommendation realistically anytime now. I would say there's a slight chance it happens before the end of the year. But if I had to guess, I would say that it's more than likely going to be in Q1 of 2024. Keep in mind that we still have tax loss harvesting and selling going until the end of 2023, and then into 2024 I think is when we're going to really start to turn a corner. But New Jersey and a few other states are trying to circumvent 280E as well, so the writing's on the wall. They're definitely trying to do this at the state level. It's just a matter of time before we get rescheduling, and I think Schedule 3 is the most likely, and that would remove 280E overnight, right? And that is the biggest problem right now hindering the industry and would absolutely send this industry sky high. Snoop Dogg, so I did a video on this, reported that he's giving up smoke, but it was a ruse. As most of us probably didn't really believe him. In the video that I did, I said, nobody was really 100% sure if he was being serious, and to be honest, I wasn't really 100% sure either. But I just kind of took it with a grain of salt. But here's why some experts aren't laughing. So it was announced that he was going to give up smoke in a statement that referred to smoking MJ, but instead the rapper has since revealed that it was an announcement and it was a humorous marketing ploy to promote a smokeless fire pit brand, a move that some experts feel perhaps unintentionally makes light of the challenges associated with quitting MJ smoking. Personally, let me know in the comments below what you think of this. I don't think it's hard to quit smoking MJ at all. I think it's fun. I think it helps me sleep. I think it helps with a lot of different issues, and especially anxiety and sleep aid, right? But yeah, I don't think it's that hard to quit. If I go to Mexico on a trip for a week or whatever, like it's almost enjoyable because you kind of bring down your tolerance. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments if you agree with that. Also, there was the annual meeting of stockholders that Tilray did last week, and I did a video on that. I actually posted it, and it's not that long, so if you want to go through that, you can just rewatch that. But essentially everything was approved except for one measure, and that's because it didn't get quorum. But moving on, a lot of people also not very happy with the amount of shares, like the issuing of shares, but again, increasing shares. But again, we have to expect this. I've been saying now for many months that we can't rule out, 2 to 3 more dilutionary events because the company's not making any money yet, right? And it could be another few quarters before they start to turn in some real cash, right, and to become profitable. So what are they to do, right? It's inevitable, and it's, like I said, it's something that we need to expect over the next few quarters. But once they turn a profit, once the U.S. goes legal, Germany coming online as well, they're buying, lots more brands. They just bought Truss. They're introducing new products, which there's some products that I'm going to be mentioning later on in this video. So like I said, things are looking up, and it's likely not that long away, not that far away before we start to see the company profitable, which I think could happen in 2024. More than likely the back half. Also, Chuck Schumer says that MJ banking bill needs more GOP support, but Senate is getting very close to a floor vote, which is great to hear. And then Chuck Schumer says time has come to end prohibition of MJ. Is the 8th time a charm in the push to allow banking services to MJ businesses? I sure hope so. MJ company Meramed also refinances debt with $58.7 million loan. And then moreover on Meramed, they also lost $646 million in sophisticated email fraud. So yeah, that's, almost $1 million gone out of there. So, I'm not sure the details on that. They mistakenly transferred hundreds of thousands of dollars to a fraudulent, I don't know how, forged email. Like, I guess it was just an employee. But yeah, things happen, but definitely need to be better. Definitely need to have more quality measures in place. And I for one, when I get an email, I automatically assume it's a scam. That's just my default now, especially working in the IT industry for 20 years. You got to be very, very careful. And that goes for anybody listening too, right? We're starting to see more and more scams, Amazon, Black Friday, all that stuff, tons of scams out there. So just got to be very, very diligent when looking at that. Forefront Ventures also reported third quarter 2023 financial results. So their Illinois wholesale revenue grew by 178% year over year, or 40% sequentially. Adjusted EBITDA of $3.5 million. And then system-wide pro forma revenue for continuing operations of $28 million. This isn't a company that I really follow that closely, but it's definitely going to be closer to the front of my watch list. Also, New Hampshire governor says MJ legalization is inevitable, which I agree with, though he's not a huge believer in the idea, right? So even the naysayers think it's probably going to be just a matter of when, not if. Also, Ohio GOP Senate president lays out process to revise MJ law, arguing that voters didn't understand some provisions. Okay, well, I can understand that pushback, but time is running out for them as well, right? We know they have just until the end of the year. So I think it's less than a month now. So like I said, clock is ticking, and that is something that the voters and citizens did approve. So I'd be surprised if there was any kind of hiccups, right? Any kind of bumps in the road. I think it's going to go through. So Hawaii Attorney General also releases MJ legalization plan. So the Hawaii Attorney General has released a proposed plan to legalize recreational MJ only 8 months after similar legislation failed to gain approval of state lawmakers. So again, game theory playing out. And this is just, those dominoes that are slowly falling, but falling nonetheless. Also, Germany to host officials from the U.S. and other countries for MJ Forum on creating international policy framework. Things that make you go, We know that Germany is set to come online potentially in Q1 of 2024. And like I said, once we start to see more and more major countries like, Canada, Germany, we'll start to see the rest of, the EU and the UK, and then we'll come over to, the US and, Latin America and things like that. We know Thailand, right? I think it was like 6,000 MJ shops in Thailand opened up. And then it just goes to show the pent-up demand and the massive potential here. And like I said, the U.S. is never first, but they're never last. And if you look at what happened during C19 and things like that. They kind of watch the rest of the world and then they act it. And then same thing with crypto. Everybody else is creating all these laws, clear rules and regulations, and defining exactly what it is and creating policy, whereas the US is dragging their feet and they're lagging behind because they like that ambiguity. They like to keep everything vague because then it keeps the outsiders at bay and they can kind of get everything monopolized the way they want it, and then they can leapfrog everybody because they have the biggest economy in the world. So remember, they're never first and they're never last, and they don't have to be first because they have the biggest economy in the world, and when they adopt something and when they get behind something, they'll leapfrog everybody. But they definitely don't want to be last because they want to cement their global leadership and powerhouse position as the world's biggest economic power. Also, mother of deceased MJ worker, heart goes out to this worker as well and her family. The mother of the deceased MJ worker sues TrueLeave alleging wrongful death. So the details here: the mother of a TrueLeave MJ Corp cultivation employee who died in January 2022 after collapsing at work filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the company, according to records. So Lorna McMurray, 27, died January 7th, 2022, rest in peace, after experiencing breathing problems while working at Florida-based multi-state operators cultivation operation in Holyoke, Massachusetts. So a report published on November 17 of the Center on Disease Control and Prevention found that McMurray died from occupational asthma. So not a great look here for TrueLeave, and this is something that I've been saying for a while now. This is not a good look, and we're still not 100% sure the details on this, and it could get worse before it gets better. And we know that the husband, Kim Rivers, was in a RICO case, and potential ties to the mob and things like that. So just be very, very careful on which companies you're picking, and not to put all your eggs in one basket. But definitely, heart goes out to those that were impacted by this in the family, and you never want to see that. That's just absolutely terrible news. So hopefully they can get some closure with regards to this. Also, Redican MJ launches new holiday style Reddies. I just did a review of their new Reddies hemp. So they got the hemp paper. I just did a review of the animal runts, and they're almost too good. It's just, there's so much resin in it. It's like 31.7%, I think it was. Just absolutely insane, amazing. They also came out with the King Sherb. Can't wait to try that one. But they have the Redican Holiday Reddies, which is the stocking stuffers, and it's blueberry donuts crossed with Northern Lights. So can't wait to try those as well. And they got the holiday packaging on it, which is pretty cool. So you can keep your eyes out for those at your local dispensaries. Also, High Tide announces purchases of shares by insiders. So this was from November 22nd. The company announced that certain officers, directors, and consultants, led by the company's president and chief executive officer, in the aggregate acquired 125,917 common shares in the capital of High Tide on the open market between November 20th and 2021 at an average price of $1.88 per common share. So if you've got a average price of $1.88 or less, you're right there with these insiders. So great company. I hold it in my portfolio, full disclosure, not financial advice, but I think this company is going to be absolutely gigantic going forward, especially once they get entry into the US, which we know that is on the roadmap. Also, Colombian Senate committee approves MJ legalization bill, sending it to a floor vote next. So not just the Senate floor vote for MJ banking coming up in the US, we also have Colombia, right? We have, again, just game theory playing out one by one, slowly but surely. We're going to get there, and I'm here for it. Canadian MJ sales slip in September as well. So Statistics Canada released September retail sales for the country, with MJ sales slipping from a very strong August levels. Not surprising when we get such strong levels in the summertime. And then times are getting tough, right? They're, inflation's going up. There's more a month left at the end of the money, and instead of more money at the end of the month. So times are getting tough, and we're starting to see people cut down on spending, and that's not, I think it could even get worse before it gets better. But it was down 4.9% to 444 million. August was revised higher to 467 million. The sales, which fell 1.8% on a per day basis, were up 13.2% from a year ago, down from the 19.7% August growth rate. In 2022, total sales increased to 17.9% to 4.52 billion, and they have increased 13.8% during the first 9 months of 2023. And I did a video as well that we've got a petition going around to increase the amount of edibles, so from 10 to 100 milligram, and that would obviously help the industry big time, because we know that the black market is thriving through edibles and things like that, right? So that is a big step forward in combating the illicit market. Also, MJ Moment reports that Ukrainian, just seems like every country wants to get in on this. Ukrainian medical MJ bill that was set for final vote is blocked by hundreds of spam amendments, lawmaker says. So we'll see here. They've got a war going on with Russia, and thoughts and prayers go out to those affected by that, and hopefully we can get a resolution to that soon. But yeah, I do expect this trend to continue with more and more countries putting it on their radar, right, and looking to get it done. Also, California and New York State officials tell people to buy MJ on Black Friday. Amen to that. Like I said, this is medicine of the future. It's the recreational, choice of the future. Way better than cigarettes, way better than tobacco, way better than alcohol. You don't wake up with a hangover. It actually has medical benefits. Like I said, medical of the future. There's breakthroughs each and every day. There's studies being done each and every day, and we're finding out more and more information about this amazing industry, this amazing plant, this amazing medicine of the future. And like I said, I'm here for it. But that's going to be today's video. Let me know what you think of this news. And like I said, make sure to check out palmerch.ca for 10% off until Monday, and make sure to comment on that video, and I'll be giving away a hat for free, and I'll just be doing a random comment picker, which I'll announce later on today, so you still have some time. All right, going to end it there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.